right, we had no one for public comment. We'll start with finance.
Good afternoon.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
I am bringing forth a request for the approval of the resolution authorizing the capital reserve fund at the end as of 12/31/2020 in the amount of $331,868.05.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay, also requesting approval to set the 2021 mileage rate effective January 1st, 2021. It is based on the IRS rate, which is currently set for 56 cents a mile at the IRS rate.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It's properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Is that same as 2020 or is that?
No, 2020 was 57.5 cents.
It actually went down just a little.
Yes.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And finally, I'm bringing forth the 2021 budget for your approval. Total of all funds is $73,353,735. The operating portion is $34,013,000.
I will make that motion.
I will second it.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Only to say again, thank the Finance Department, Stephanie, and your team for getting us to this point, thanking all the department heads and other elected officials for their work to get us to the point where we needed to be, and that is to not have a tax increase this year. So appreciate everyone's attention to that.
I would second all that. Been a challenging year, and I think there's more challenging years ahead. We just got to keep plugging away and do what we've been doing.
It was definitely a team effort, but everybody working together all the way around the entire county.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Commissioners,
I can handle the next one, which is the appointment of the Fair Board Directors. Keith, should I do each of them individually, or can I do them both in one motion as long as I give their name and what area they're representing?
Let's take them separate motions.
Okay. Okay, my first motion would be to appoint Jeff Dahl to the Crawford County Fair Board representing the eastern section of the county.
I will second that.
okay, properly moved second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And if I may, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Brenda Smith as the representative of the Crawford County Fair Board representing the central section of the county.
I will second that.
Okay, properly moved second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you, Francis.
Good thing.
All right, so the next upcoming work session is January 6th, and then full meeting January 13th. The courthouse is still on reduced public participation in regards to the meetings and actual office visits go. You'll need to have an actual appointment to get through probably for the next couple of weeks. We're going to reevaluate that, and I'll end 2020 with Commissioner comments. Commissioner Saw.
I would just say that a year ago, I don't think any of us expected that a year later we would be where we are. It has been struggle for all of us, but we've made it through to this point. Some days ahead that we need to be careful about, so just keep our wits about us and look for better things in 2021. I want to thank my team here as well, Francis and Eric. It's been great working with you in 2020, and I look forward to working with you in the future. So thank you for everything you've done for the county and for all the citizens in the county.
Thank you. Commissioner Wiederspan.
Well, I'd certainly like to echo what Commissioner Soft had to say. I think we're certainly blessed to have the team that we do, not just in the Commissioner's office, but certainly there, but across the whole county, getting us through this year, especially from March on with the COVID situation. I'm certainly proud of everyone pulling together and getting the county through it and our community, and hopefully 2021 will be a whole lot better year. There is a couple other things I'd like to mention. Of course, everybody knows the county had some money for the CARES Act that we were able to distribute to businesses and nonprofits and fire departments and so forth throughout the county. I was responsible for the ag businesses and fairs, and finally getting down, we just got a little bit more of the paperwork to do, but there's 11 ag businesses and fairs that will be helping to at a total of $433,000. There are 5 farms, 1 maple producer, 3 fairs, the Crawford County Fair Dairy Committee, and Kayant Lake Park. I'm just thrilled that we're able to use some of these funds to help the entire county and certainly for these ag businesses and the fairs that are so important to our community. And then, do you want to handle the Act 13 or?
No, you want to, that's fine. You want me to do, you can do it.
Well,
All right,
you're the boss.
no problem. So, Zach from planning just wanted me to talk about Act 13, and they've created a online portal and a website that'll be live. He'll be emailing it to all the municipalities. Act 13 is money that you can use for bridge and culvert repair, correct, Francis? And
Yep.
we have, for 2021, we're starting out with $79,500 in environmental grants available, and also over $100,000 in bridge and culvert improvements available. So if you're a municipality or a township, you can do the online portal. You can actually apply everything there. Zach is available for questions. We have worked with a couple municipalities in the last several months even to get some culverts done. So he wanted to make sure that we mention that. So that's a good project, and it's there for all the municipalities to use. I guess I'll end the comments with echoing what Christopher said. This is probably the most challenging job I've ever had. Literally, I'm seriously indebted to the 2 commissioners next to me here. I know I point fingers at them a lot in the first 6 months and blame them for a lot, but it's a very challenging job. And really what we do is just balance providing services, reviewing the expenses, and trying to monitor your taxpayer dollars. And it doesn't make everyone happy all the time, but our job is to really do those 3 things all the time, every day, and that's really what we do. I just want to end on the CARES Act note, as Francis said. Just a huge thank you to the committee, the 3 commissioners, Stephanie Franz, our CEO, Christine Krisiak, our treasurer, Zach Norwood, our planning director, and Gina Chatfield, our chief clerk. Frankly, to be honest with you, there is no way that this board of commissioners could have done what we did with the CARES Act without all those folks. I mean, hundreds of hours that we put into trying to allocate money. The total allocation was $7.6 million. Unlike other counties, we decided to put it out into the community, and I'll just reiterate some of what Francis said, but this is what we were able to help to date. 87 small businesses, including the bar grant created by the Planning Office for Bars and Restaurants, 28 public safety agencies, fire, EMS, the fire school and scuba team, 81 iPads for public safety agencies. We funded through the public safety director, Mr. Beveridge, did a wonderful job with that. 41 nonprofits, 6 farms, as Francis said, 3 fairs, Kayant Lake Park. We also allocated, which I think is very important, over $500,000 for testing, COVID-19 testing, and I have to thank Eagle Medical Center and Dr. Kraling and his staff at the Vernon Express Care, who burned through over 4,000 of those tests already. And we initially thought maybe we bought too many, but then we realized we actually had to reallocate some for that. So that was over $500,000. We spent $140,940 on personal protective equipment, which we've allocated out to not only different offices and fire departments, but that includes gowns and N95 masks, and I'm comfortable with the stockpile we have for that. And lastly, and thanks to Commissioner Wiedeff, we have come up with the idea, we're going to be able to fund and put in place a air handling system for the old courthouse, which will include HEPA filters and UV technology to help filter the air here. It's been a concern of a lot of people for years. Although the tests were all good with it, we thought it was necessary to make that move, so that's also with CARES Act money. And without the CARES Act committee getting behind us, we never would have been able to do any of those things. So just a huge thank you to all those people. I mean, I can't tell you the number of hours that we put into it. And so thankfully we get over that hump and we can move towards other things in 2021. So with that being said, I have nothing further. I'll take a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you.